Thank you very much. Don't mind. So, do you remember at the start of COVID when we had all those like fun lockdown hobbies going on? So, some people got like really into Tiger King, other people got really into running. I went down a slightly different route with my lockdown hobby. I got really into older women, MILFS, if we're going to use the scientific terminology. And I can see some of you looking at me like, "Aw, did somebody watch too much porn over lockdown, Elliot?" Yeah, I did. I was stuck inside for a year with my phone and an internet connection. What else was I going to do? But lockdown did eventually finish, and so did a lot of these hobbies. So people forgot about Tiger King. Most of the runners did eventually realise it's the most boring hobby in the world. Not all of them, though. I still run into them occasionally, and they're like, "Add me on Strava." I'm like, I'd rather kill myself. But I am sort of similar to these post-lockdown runners in that I also continued with my hobby after lockdown. Tried to take advantage of the fact that things were opening up. Got on the dating apps, put the age ranges towards the higher end. Wasn't massively successful, I'll be honest. Turns out women over 35 aren't really looking for 23-year-olds who still live at home with their mum. Who'd have thought? But I did continue with it. I'm not a quitter. And it's been like 2 years since the whole lockdown thing ended. So I've had time to work on it, and I've learnt some skills. I've gained a few things. So, like, you know how sharks can smell blood in the water from miles away? I can now do the same thing with the pheromones that menopausal women give off. If I'm downwind of a book club, I go feral. And I'm kind of like those, you know those truffle pigs that sniff out truffles? Sort of like them, except instead of truffles, I sniff out dried up ovaries. Starting to regret asking my mum to come watch me this evening. I appreciate that I probably should be talking to people my own age, but I do find that quite tricky at the moment, because a lot of the girls that I chat to that are my age, at the moment, they all seem to be really into like spirituality and vibes, which is fine. People should be entitled to believe in whatever they want to believe in. I just don't understand it, so I can't form a connection with anyone. So I'll be on a date with a girl, she'll be sat there and she'll be like, "I'm just looking for a guy who like creates positive energy, you know?" And when I hear that, there's this nasty little science nerd inside me who sort of comes out, and I'm like, "You can't create energy. You can transfer it, don't get me wrong, but you can't create or destroy it." Now, we've got a lot of young guys in here tonight. I don't know if any of you are going on a first date in the near future. If you are, I have a free tip. Don't mansplain the first law of thermodynamics. Turns out, ladies don't like that. But to be fair to myself, I have tried to research more into this spirituality thing, to keep an open mind and all that. But the more I look into it, the less I understand. Like manifesting, this idea that you can think things into existence just makes no sense. Like I asked my spiritual friend about it, and she sat me down and she's like, "Elliot, it's so simple. Say like if you want a brand new car, what you've got to do is you've got to send to yourself, and you've got to think, I am going to get that car. You've got to imagine what it's going to smell like. Imagine what it's going to feel like. And if you do that, you'll send vibrations out into the universe. The universe will listen, and you'll get that car." Now, realistically, the universe won't hear you. Daddy will hear you, and he'll buy you that Fiat 500. But that's not the same thing. And I am sort of nervous chatting about this stuff because spiritual people do get very passionate about it. Very quickly they go from positive vibes to "you're just a closed-minded prick," which is fine. They're very confident in it, and I do sort of rate their confidence. But I think fair enough. If these people are so confident in the power of having a sit down and a think, I reckon that next time there's like a geopolitical crisis somewhere in the world, let's not waste time sending food or medical supplies. Let's send a load of middle-class girls from the home counties, drop them in like the SAS, and let them sort everything out of the power of the mind. Like, let's drop Samantha from Guildford into Donetsk. Watch her try and meditate away a ballistic missile, which is heading straight for her head. "Vladimir, stop. This isn't you." I think that nuclear gamma radiation is a vibration which Samantha is probably going to feel. She'll crawl out of the rubble with like a third ear growing on her forehead and be like, "For fuck's sake, Vladimir, you're such a fucking Libra." You can look it up. He genuinely is. I don't know if starting World War III is a Libra thing. If anyone's spiritual, you can let me know. manifesting worked!